my name is Duncan Penizotto. Today I'm going to talk about why I chose Pitt, and in particular why I chose computer engineering at Pitt. So first, I'll go over a little bit of my background. So I grew up in Hellertown, PA, which is East PA, as far as you can go east, snuggled up right against New Jersey. Literally a 20-minute drive to get there, very short. And I went to kind of a small high school called Swanson Valley. It was 186 in my graduating class, so 800 total in the whole high school. Pretty small by a lot of standards, but not small by some other standards, obviously. And then I had a very diverse senior year curriculum, so AP Physics, AP English Lit, Honors Chem, AP Calc, so a whole bunch of things kind of sorted together, and I liked all of those things that I took. I liked all those classes that I took, so I wanted to find a way to carry those into my college experience. And I liked a lot of those things, and that kind of made me a little indecisive as well coming in. So I was primarily between chemical and computer engineering, but there was like 6 other majors that I wanted to look at in Swanson alone as well. So it's really nice that Pitt kind of let me, decide late into my freshman year rather than right away. I had time to kind of make up my mind, get to college, kind of maybe sort some of those likes and dislikes out, and see which were the strongest and which I'd want to go into a career into. I also knew I wanted a city. I grew up about an hour and 15 minutes outside of Manhattan, so we go into Manhattan 3 or 4 times a year at least. But I really kind of wanted that bustly, hustling vibe of a city in my more daily life. I also wanted a co-op as well. Maybe not, was kind of my thought coming in, so it was kind of a big decision for me coming into Pitt. And then distance from home was really good. It was about a 4.5 hour drive from where I live, which is enough if I need to come home and do laundry at home for some reason, rather than doing it on campus, but also far enough away that it was definitely a different vibe in Pittsburgh than it is where I grew up. And there was a lot of opportunities in my department once I came here too. I realized computer engineering had a lot to offer, and like a diverse kind of spectrum of experiences. So I did end up co-oping. I co-opted at a place called Hitachi Rail, where I co-oped for 3 rotations. The first rotation, I was doing kind of front-end, user experience, user interface stuff, and was awful at it, not good at all. And they kind of knew that, I knew that, so we actually kind of agreed to switch what I was doing when I came back for my second and third rotations to kind of a more data science-y, database information flow kind of thing, which I was much better at. I liked it quite a bit more, so it was really cool that I was able to change what I was doing there and see 2 ends of the computer engineering field. I also studied abroad in Stockholm, Sweden, and Copenhagen, Denmark on a 2-week Panther program that I was a part of, where we looked at sustainable engineering and renewable energy in particular, how it works in those Scandinavian countries, how it might not work here in the ways that they do it, and then ways that it might work here in the ways that they do it. I also participated in eWeek's float building twice, which is essentially you and 5, 6, 7 other engineers in your department work in a room from like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., 12 hours straight, building a float for that eWeek's theme, and then you kind of pit your float against other departments, seeing who built the best float in that 12-hour period. I also did some work in Student Electronics Resource Centers, or CERC. They have a bunch of 3D printers in there, some soldering equipment. They have workshops where they teach you how to solder and dismantle electronics and all that kind of stuff, which is a really cool way to expand your own knowledge base, not necessarily in a classroom. And that's not just ECE as well. That's actually open to all departments, just on our floor. I was also part of 2 clubs and organizations really, really heavily. So SEMS is the first one, Scientists, Engineers, and Mathematicians for Service. We served a lot of underprivileged youth in the area by going and teaching them about those kind of different fields in a hands-on way, so that they were able to kind of learn in a fun after-school-y way, not just like rigorously in the classroom, head down, taking tests. Hands-on experiments was kind of our goal all the time. And then I was also in a club called MESS, which is Movies Everyone Should See. We would just watch a movie once a week, basically. Everything from a big blockbuster movie that was playing in a megaplex near us to a movie that I had absolutely never heard of before and never would have heard of otherwise, which is a good way to kind of force myself to relax for 2 hours a week, right? Take that kind of necessary mental health chill time. I also learned once I got here that Pittsburgh is a pretty neat city as well. It's kind of split apart into neighborhoods almost, each with their own distinct feel and aesthetic. Like, for example, we have Squirrel Hill and Shadyside, which are literally next to each other. They touch borders, but they're completely different feels across them. So that kind of gives you this interesting way to explore the city by exploring like a neighborhood at a time, or if you just want different aesthetics throughout your day, you can walk through 3 or 4 or 5 neighborhoods and kind of get a different vibe every like hour or so, which is a really cool kind of way to be able to explore a city. We also have a lot of parks, a lot of green space. We have Shenley Park right next to us. 10-minute walk from campus, probably less. And then we also have other parks as well. We have Frick Park and Highland Park and The Point and parks on Mount Washington. There's so much green space if you want to go, have a picnic or just kind of sit in the grass and relax in nature a little bit. There's so many opportunities everywhere to do it. We also have a really good arts district as well. A lot of musicals and plays coming through here very frequently, whether it's through downtown and kind of those bigger productions, those touring productions, or it's just through students at the university. Some really high quality musicals and plays going around. A lot of film as well. We have a lot of art house theaters, both in Oakland and outside of Oakland. And then we also have megaplexes as well for those big blockbuster movies, those billion-dollar movies. So really a lot of opportunities to see some really, really cool movies around the city. Also a really good city for concerts as well, because it is that medium-sized city. We still get a lot of large acts coming through, but those concert tickets aren't like exponentially high. They're not like crazy amounts of money. So it's a pretty cool intersection there between a really, really big city where you're going to get a lot of acts and a smaller city where you're going to get no acts. So my future plans are grad school, hopefully. I plan on doing the 4+1 program here at Pitt. I was accepted into that. So I'm going to be doing that for the sustainability engineering degree, looking to just make all types of engineering more sustainable. And then after that, I'm open to academia if I like research when I do the sustainability masters, and I'm open to going to industry to kind of improve those ecological functions in a more, businessy kind of applicable way like that. My contact information is right here if you have any questions about what I went over today. A lot of information very quickly. DSP33 at pitt.edu. I check it like once a day, so I'll get back to you relatively quickly. You can also follow Pitt Engineering on Instagram, so you can pause the video and scan that QR code, or just go to the handle down there at the bottom, Pitt_engineering. And then if you have broader questions about admissions into engineering generally, or you want to see another one of these departmental videos for a different department, you can go to this email, pittengrvisitors@pitt.edu, and they'll answer basically any question you can have, or redirect you to somebody who can answer the question really well. So thank you for your time, and help Pitt.